Hello, guy. Nice to see you again in this tutorial for mathematics language as a fraction explained, meaning about the الأس الكسري. This is a tutorial. This is the part 4 for this is a lesson. I hope to enjoy with me. For that, in order to know about the serial step by step, in order to how solve the problem and how will be opting to make the right result for the solve any fraction in algebra department for the mathematician. That's why I hope to enjoy with that. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to support this channel by subscribe and press the bell for that in order to send so many things for new. I hope to enjoy with me and listen carefully, please. Here, this is the part for the fraction spending. I hope to enjoy and I hope to understand more knowledge for the algebra methods and symbol and the fraction or equation or something like this. We'll be taking this as a step by step in order to get that. Sorry. A fraction expounded. That's why we know about this is for the last video. We know about what is the meaning about that. But here in this is tutorial, we'll get the fraction. What is the meaning of fraction, or how will we solve these methods? And technically for the experience for the power and root together, the general form of the fraction exponent is b like this for n over m, meaning b rising to power n over m. N over m, this is the number we unknown about what is this. That's why we must know about in order to solve any problem to get the value of that. Or also we have here under the square root as a b m. This is maybe cube root or square root or 4 roots or 6, 7. We doesn't know. That's why this is the meaning. This is the fraction of exponent. Also like this, we have this so many, you see here, so many shape or so many method for the fractions, and you know definition, some the stem of that. This is index of order of the recall, that's numbers indicated of root beginning taking. وهذا هو التفسير العربي لهذا الموضوع. هو الأس الكسري، هو نوع أو قسم جديد من أقسام الجبر اللي يتضمن طريقة حل الكسر الذي مرفوع إلى قوة معينة، وذلك لإيجاد قيمة هذه القوة من خلال تبسيط وكانسليشن أو تعويض أو أي من الطرق اللي تعلمناها في قواعد الجبر في الدروس السابقة أو الفيديوهات الموجودة على القناة، يمكن الرجوع لها. الكسر هو أسلوب التعبير عن القوة والجذور معا، يعني هو يتضمن القوة والجذر في آن واحد. لأن هنا في in this case we transfer or you change the power to the root. That's why it's same method this we using in the algebra of in the or in the fraction exponent. That's why. Whole number exponent. We are here this whole number. We see this is the whole number. First, let's us looking at the whole number. This is the whole number. This number 8 square. 8 square. We learn in the last video the square as a power index or exponent. That's why we are here. We have there 8 square, meaning 8 times 8. So this is called power or index or exponent. We are call this power. This number, the base number, the base number, he said this is the base أساس. This is the أساس وهذا الأس. هذا الأساس وهذا الأس. أي رقم مرفوع إلى قوة معينة، القوة هذه تسمى أس، والرقم اللي هو مرفوع إلى تلك القوة يسمى أساس. Two exponent of this is saying how many times to use this is number in the multiply. يعني meaning this is how many times you multiply it by itself. You see in this is example 8 square meaning 8 times 8 equals 64. This the result for that is 64. 64 you can say it's 64, it's coming from 8 times 8 or 8 square. So the fraction exponent, that's why we are getting, that's why now an exponent of half. This half is actually square root. This meaning actually is square root. How will we see? This is meaning 1 over 4 square. 1 over 4 square. This half, sorry, not 4 square. 4 over half. 4 rising to power half. Now, in order to simplify for the rule or for the law of the index, how will we simplify this? We get this as 4 square, meaning this 4 square, because this one, that's why this is meaning as a square root, as a square root. And 4, this inside the root. When I am opening or simplify this root, I said 2 times 2, I get 4 square, or 4 square coming from 2 times 2. In exponent have cube root, this meaning cube root. This is square root, as this is the cube root, this fraction as a square root. This fraction, in this case, in this lesson, this is here not fraction, this is meaning as a square. And this is as a cube, meaning cube root, and this is square root. Now here as 4 rising to over third. That's why this is as has become cube 4 cube 4 cube root 4 when I am present this is on to exchange or simplify this is value I get, this is 4 cube root, like this. Quarter, same process, you see, same process. You get this is, sorry, here I forget to write this is 3, I must to write 3 here in order to know. You write here 3 cube root, you write here as a cube root in order to get the same question. That's why we get here same cube, and this is 4 root, 4 root, meaning 4 root, meaning 4 2 times 2 2 times 2, you get that like this. Why that? Why we are finding or we are searching for the fraction expounding الأس الكسري؟ لماذا الأس الكسري؟ First, the law of the expounding tell us how you are handling this as expounding you we are multiplying like this. We can see for this as example. In order to know about this, please listen carefully for me and see carefully. This is meaning, that's why he said here 2 square x square times x square equal, meaning x times x, x times x, because this is multiply, that's why he's multiply here. That's why we are, how many x here? We are have here 4x, that's why x over 4 power over 4 power, because in the basic same, we added the square. If the basic same يعني x, x, d, d, a, y, y, 5, 5, 3, 3, and after that in the law of the index, we are added the power. We are added the power. That's why here is basic. That's why he said x over 4. That's why is the result. But here explanation, what is the meaning? This is the meaning here separately as x to x. This is for that, and this is for that. That's why for x, that's why I said here, write in the mathematician or in the algebra, I write like this s over 4. Sorry. Now I said here, which is show that x square equal x 2 plus 2 equal x4. This is the meaning. This is the meaning. S square here. I writing as this shape again. I write it like this is shape again, or this is the method again. In order to know, I added the power here. I get this same depending about the rule or the law of the index. You must to return. I have the video in my channel. You know to go to see the rule or the law of the index, and multiply, and subtract, and added, and divided. Here, so let us try that which is a fraction expounding. That's why we get this example to see what is 9 power rising to power half. 9 to power half. We said here 1 meaning the root, square root. This meaning the square root. He said here time 9 over half time 9 over half. We meaning this because this 9 is same, the basic is same, the number. That's why I added half time, added to half. I added the power. This depending about the law of index. That's why here 9, I added the power, half time half is 1. That's why equal 9 over 1. 9 over 1, 9 power 1, meaning because this one is coming because I added this half plus half is 1. That's why I write it in the mathematical algebra. You must write not like this. I write also 9, just only 9. Now the square root, and this is here. I said what is the number that we are multiply by the itself, giving the another number. It's square root. He give me the square root when I multiply the number in same. And when I multiply 9 times 9, he give me the 81. That's why is 81 is the square root for 9. Like here, this is square root. So the square 9 times square 9, he give me 9. They give me 9 because the square with the square, he's give me the 9. This killed as so, and same process. He said here 9 time 9 over half time 9 over half equal 9. This, you see this picture for this is question or this example is same answer because now here I transfer this is the method to the fraction because half as a square and this half as a square root. That's why I transfer it. Just listen and just you see and try to do it like this or to understand. So 9 over half is same as the 9 square. 9 square because here is 9 square and over 1 meaning this is 1 as a square. Not cube square, not 4 square, not not square, not cube root, and not 4 root, or not 6 root, just only the 9 square because here is 1. Another fraction, we can get another fraction, this last of this is to again, but at which of the expounding of the 1/4. This meaning 1/4. What is the meaning 1/4? Example, we said here 16 to power quarter, 16 to power quarter. This meaning, what is the meaning? Meaning as a 16 meaning as a quarter, we get here like this: 16 quarter plus quarter plus quarter plus quarter, because here 4 as here, you see, should be here in 1. I forget to write it here when I am so sorry about that. Should be again 1 here, because I added here quarter plus, because I'm when I write this is I'm not see exactly that's why you must do added here someone also 16 over quarter here plus yani time, in order to get same 16 the basic, and we added the square, we added the sorry, we added the power. Quarter plus quarter plus quarter plus quarter, he give me the 1. Quarter plus quarter, he give me half. Quarter plus quarter, he give me half. Half plus half is 1. You see, 16 over 1 as 16. You will not keep it like this is in algebra, writing anything. We write just only 16. We write just only 16. Here, general rule, we have here in the fraction expounding, we are في الأس الكسري القاعدة الأساسية أو القاعدة الأساسية اللي موجودة في ذلك، أرجو تحل على أساس إنه the work for the half is the working with the quarter, and the fact work generally, meaning this is as a square root, and this is the 4 roots. So here we have, this is the basic root, the basic rule for the general if you want to know how to solve any problem, meaning 1 over x power n, meaning n, we unknown the number, that's why n maybe 9, maybe 2, maybe half, maybe quarter, maybe 6, maybe 7. That's why what is nth root of x? This is the meaning n roots of x, meaning want to know how which the root put x in it, which root put x in it. That's why هنا معناها ما هو الجذر لقيمة x. x ما هو الجذر؟ هل هو جذر تربيعي، جذر تكعيبي، جذر رباعي، جذر خماسي، جذر سداسي، جذر سباعي؟ n هنا تعني قيمة أو مقدار هذا الجذر. And this the meaning about the value of the root for the x. That's why he give me here the value of the x in order to know about the root of the x. So we can coming up with this. We coming up of this. We see this is of x. That's why we know to go about the fraction expounding of 1 over n, meaning they take the nth root. Nth root, like here, same. Nth root for x. Nth meaning this 1 over n there, meaning the nth root, yani n on the root. That's why he want to know about how you get this value of the root for that. That's why you will write it like this. This value, this one, this is example, we write it like this, meaning n root for x, n root for x. Here we doesn't know which root this which root for x, for value of x. This is the rule of the fraction expounded. Example. Here he said, what is the 27 over power third? That's why he want to know about how is meaning this. This meaning 27 like this, 27 roots equal 527 That's why is 3. What about more complicated fraction? Now we get this is meaning as here 73 here. Sorry, this over 3. I am so sorry, my love, because when I write fast. That's why I forget to explanation this. That's why here is right for that. Sorry about this mistake. We happen this because I write so many fast. That's why what is about the more complicated fraction? What is the more complicated fraction? That's why we get here about this example. First, sorry, this 3 meaning the result of 27 cube. 27 cube. 3 times 3, 9. 9 times 3 is 27. You see for that. What about the fraction responding like this is 4 over power 3, 2 over 2. This is really saying to do cube root. This also cube root and square root, same square root in any ordering. You see, let me explain about that. For that, it is a fraction like m over n can be broken into 2 parts. You can break this in 2 parts. This part and this part. You can broken يعني هذه القيمة يمكن أن نقسمها أو نكسرها إلى قيمتين، إلى جزئين، إلى مفهومين، إلى method. 2 methods you can write this. إلى وسيلتين للحل. A whole number part m and a whole number, a fraction 1 over m part. Okay, this one part and this one part. So because m over n equal m time 1 over n, because this meaning any fraction when you go to the index rule, any fraction to simplify in it, you must go the over the in numerator is 1 over n. We can this. Okay. So in this case, that's why I have here x rising to power m over n. This is the unknown, the value. That's why I want to know about which is the root of this x. He said, writing like this, x over m over nm. You see how this part and this part, this one n, because this is m, this m is fraction, this, the line of this fraction is 1. I transfer this or change this for the rule of index. In the fraction, when you transfer to the root or to the writing to the index, you must to change this line for the fraction to 1 over n. So we have here part, this part and this part, xm, all this bracket rising to over 1 over n. We write like this. We change this here, meaning 1 over n multiplied by this. Now, this is the last rule about it. Please, you see the serial process or serial process for that. We say this first one, this question. We take this 2-second process. We transfer this to change the fraction to the normal power. And this, we change this normal power in order to make separately 2 parts. This part and this part like this of this. You must write like this because this one over, you multiply by all this value. So now I transfer this all this to the root. This is the third process for that. You see, third process for that, because this root for n, I don't know how is the n, and I want to know about this fraction, this root for the x over n. 1, 2, 3. This simplify from this to this and simplify this to this depending about the rule or the law for the index. You can turn back to the review the last or the video in my channel about the rule of the law of the index, like this. The order does not matter of this is so working of the mn and equal 1 of and then xm. That's why we are, this is meaning in order to make this by ordering process. So this the rule I write here, this the general rule about this. He said you say like same this here m over x, we transfer to this to process this, and we are also do it like this second process, and we are also to transfer this to the root. This is the last I want to find this value of this the root. And we get this also, we can see that sorry, a fraction responding like mn, meaning what is the meaning about m over n? This denominator and this numerator, he said this is do that mean m mth power, this mth power, then take the nth root. This meaning the power and this root. This the power and this the root. You see this here, the power and n the root. This n as a root. If here 2 meaning square root. If here 3 meaning the cube root. If here 4 meaning the 4 root. You write it here. You write it here. If this here 2, you keep it. This is without number because this square root. If is 3, you write here 3. If is 4, you write here 4 in the root. This is meaning the root, and this is the power, which the value here 4, 4, 2, 4, 4, 4, 3 power. You see? So we get like this meaning of what you see. This is example for this is I simplify this is in order to more understand for this law. X power mn meaning n as a root, the value of the root, and xm this is the power. Xm is the power. That's why when I simplify this in order to get the result for the number, if I am know the number about it, I put n over x, all this in bracket power m. You understand this? You can try for that. Or take the nth root and then do the mth power. Example, we are here get what is the 2/3 rising to power 2/3. This meaning 4 to power 4 equal 4/3, this is the power we said this power, you see, time 1 over half because we are transfer this bracket to 1 over 2. This is the power, all this the power. I simplify this power like this. I simplify this power as this because m the power, this m the power, that's why I take it this as a power. And here we get square because this one has a square root, meaning if the one is square root, if 3 cube root, if 4 root, that's why I get 4 over 3 because 3 is power. This m meaning 3, that's why he said 3 over rising to power 3, yani 4 cube. This 2, somebody asked me, where is this? The cube, this is the square root. If they're the third root. If here 1, 4, 6, 7, 8, this root, this value of root. And this is the power. This is the power. 3 is the power. This 3. In denominator, in fraction, this is the basic for you. In denominator, this power. In nominators, as a root. البسط في الكسر الأسي هو عبارة عن روت جذر، والمقام في الأس الكسري هو عبارة عن إندكس أس، هو عبارة عن أس أو باور. البسط روت والمقام قوة أو باور. So we get this is 4 times 4 times 4 here, sorry for my picture there, 4 times 4 times 4, we get 64. The result, 64 square. 64 square is coming from 8. Time 8 is 64. This is easy, you can know. Example, what is the value of 27 over third? We said here, for this, what is this? This as a power, as the root. This as a power. This root and this a power. We write it here, 27 square 4 power 3. You see like this, and we transfer also simplify for this. I put this is process and this is method in order to understand what is the meaning. I am simplify this fraction. I change this fraction to normal power. I transfer this fraction to normal power. That's why I putting 4 times third. This third meaning this is square, 1 square, this meaning. Third is the value of the square, and for the power of the 27. This the result as 35,531 and 4441 cube root is equal 8. Is equal 8. So here Dali, we can I will see this is in order to know about this is as a shape. For this is graphic. You see, I want to change how you are make this is the line graphic for the change the value of that. This is for the equation line in order to know about how we are get this y. This is the y-axis and this is axis. You can see this is we are change this. We try to change this and we can get about how we are getting this. You see here. You see this how we are there. Please see carefully about this in order to know about how we are get. Here I said this exactly this is the paper for the graphic, this space for graphic, and this is to change about this the value about the equation for the spot, and this is also the equation for the spot in the graphic. And I will be try this is the to how we are changed. This is you see, please you see this is how you are changed. You see the line. If I am moving the line from right and left, will be change the value of the spot, and we are change here also for the spot, and we are get this so many type of so many things for the for that graphic. You see here is take it so many things. If I want change, I'm not speaking, just only watching this in order to know about or will be thickness. You see here change also the value about the spot in excess traffic. This the x, this the y is value in order to change. You see value is changed for that, and this is the value of this spot, and this is x also the value about this. This the x line in order to know this value for y axis and z axis the value. We get the equation line for that. Line equation in order to know about this, in order to know the line equations. We try to use this as method in when you get the next video in future for the line or line equation. Yeah. Okay, guys, thank you so much for the watching. This is the last slide, and I hope to enjoy, and I hope to search for the website about all the methods to comparative about the fraction exponent, and you can return back to the my video for the index rule and law and more understand to solve anything what you want. If you have any question, you can write to me in the comment. And don't forget, please, to support this channel. And thank you so much. See you next time in the next video.